What's up, future fighters? We are back. We are working on this particular new script for auto strike distance detecting by the AI. This is video number 4 in today's series on this, so you can go to the Making a Future Fighter playlist and get all caught up from there. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to need another parameter, because what we're going to have to do is, like we were looking at in the last video, this sprite get x offset. We're going to need to use that here, and of course we're going to need the index here. So we're going to have to pass that to it as the next argument. So this is going to be strike sprite here, and that should get us what we need. Now we're going to do multiple tests of this, of course, but you know, just as an initial test for getting these, this will do. So GameMaker will know. Let's see if I just save this. Will it take that? No, I have to check the box and then bring it back up for it to get rid of that generic script name it gives it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make a few settings here, and we're going to let it measure move distance. We're going to keep the language the same here. So move distance, and then we're passing strike frame index. And also the strike sprite. So we'll just do this for the short range strike as our example, and then I'm just going to show a message box when that is done. And I know I've used this before. Let's pretty sure it's show message. Okay, yeah, then you have the string there. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking through my scripts here because I have yeah, here we go. I already have something that does this. So I'm going to show, this is going to be short range strike distance. Short range strike distance is what that's going to be. And we'll turn that into a string. That's all we need. So let's see what this calculation comes out to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new game file for us, and let's see here. So let's close the game down here and then delete that folder. We got to grab the game files, and then I just send everything to, I just let GameMaker build it into a zip file. It's easy to work with. You don't have to install anything, and it always takes a little bit of extra time to to build the game the very first time that you do it. But then after this, now when we build it, it'll be much faster. GameMaker is good like that. Okay, now we're going to get a message box here on the screen. And then we're going to switch to the code, and we're going to do a little bit of comparison here. Okay, 87, or 187, sorry. And let's see, short range strike is here. Short range strike initiate distance while moving forward. So I calculated it to be 281, so I'm a little short here. So what we need to do is we need to show some messages here as well. Let's actually that's even a better idea. Let's move this message here. I should have done that in the first place anyway. All right. That's what we're gonna do. Make this a little bit bigger so we can see all of this. So what we'll do is so we're getting the strike sprite from argument 1. So we'll just call this argument 1. Turn that into a string. And then we'll say strike distance equals, and then put the distance like that. But what will also be nice to see is the x offset will be nice to see. So what we'll do is just to make it easier for us, we'll just pop all this into variables, so we don't have to be redundant. And these are just temporary variables, script variables. So we'll come here and we'll say comma x offset equals, and then we'll turn that into a string. And let's take this and let's turn that into we'll just call this frame distance. I just want to make sure all of these match up. Yeah. Good. Don't want any syntax errors if I don't have to have them. Okay. And so let's go ahead and show that as well. So we'll get our strike distance up front, and then we're going to get a series of other pieces of information. So frame distance. I don't know why I'm putting spaces there. I never use spaces. Frame distance. Like that. Let's get rid of these spaces here. I don't know how it'll display, but All right, so that looks really good. Let's take this, and what we're going to do is we're going to, well, I'm going to click this and let it load, let it finish loading. And by putting it in, by putting this message box here in this script, we don't have to write a new message for every time we run this. Just every time we run the script, it will work. So, all right, thank you, Shadow, for punching us in the face. We always appreciate it. So we'll delete that. Let's go ahead and get a new game built. Get in here. Bring this guys up. So there's the game file. That's what we want to shoot. And extract that. Like I said, it's always faster the second time. And then I talked about this before. I patched my executable so I can use 4 gigabytes of RAM. For this x86 application, rather than just the 2 that Windows default allots it. So you can see here the X offset is absolutely correct. What we are setting, and the frame distance is also correct 4 times. Let's see here. We'll just do a quick 4 times 18, right? Oh, it's not 4. So let's see here. That could be I might be using the wrong. No. Definitely using the right one. So we'll pull the script over here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Sorry. So this is where we're setting it right here. So here's this short range strike 1 strike frame index is what we're putting in here. And that is 4. And then the script itself is taking the base H speed. Oh, you know what I might probably need to do? Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. I gotta pass the ID in here. So this is gonna be, wow. I usually don't have to look at, there we go. I have to look at the keyboard when I'm typing it. So we're gonna need the ID is gonna be argument 2. And so argument 2, and that's gonna relate to all of the non-temporary variables that we use in here. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Let's save that. That was a correction. And now, oh, times 18. That is going to be correct. 18 times 4, right? Times 4. Yeah. So this frame distance being equal to 36, that doesn't quite compute. Because this should be 4. Strike frame index. It certainly is. It certainly is. Right here it is, 4. So how that's coming out to be 36. Let's see. maybe it was my coding of this. Let's try it again. Oops. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and let's just see if this changed anything. And actually, I'm going to do a little bit of research on that while we take a short break. So go to docbrockgames.com. Oops. Okay, it didn't like. Oh, that's because I didn't put the argument in. Argument 1. There we go. Okay, let's get that compiled while we wait. And then you go to docbrockgames.com and check out the alpha version of the game. You can see what features I currently have in the game, the 2 characters I currently have motion captured in the game, those characters, features, and motion capture moves in action. And then you can put your email address in at the bottom, and I'll let you know when the game comes out. Then come back to YouTube because we have more AI to make. I'll see you there.